This Christmas, choose food with the bordbia quality mark for the highest standards, verified at every stage.
Good evening everyone, and you're very welcome to my two-part Christmas special from the beautiful village of Adare in the heart of County Limerick. Adare's history is as captivating as its beauty. With roots dating back to the Middle Ages, this village has seen centuries of stories, from ancient monasteries to grand manors.
Good evening, Mr. McGuire.
How are you? The Christmas spirit is alive and well here in Adare Manor, and we're about to get Christmas started. For me, Christmas is all about creating memories and sharing food with your family and friends. When I'm thinking of a Christmas starter, I want something that's lovely, light and easy to make. And I'm thinking something with Dublin Bay prawns, which would be absolutely delicious. This recipe is perfect for party food. And if you're making it for 6 to 8 people, it'll take about 45 minutes to prepare. So these are the star of the recipe. These are the Dublin Bay prawns. So the main meat, all the meat nearly, is in the tail. So just literally peel them. And with the head of the prawns, you can make a beautiful bisque. So you're utilising every single part of them. They're sweet, they're delicious. You can also get them frozen and pre-peeled. So you just remove them, they're deveined, and they're just ready to be put into the spring rolls. First thing I need to do is start the filling. So I'm going to prepare my onion. So just peel the onion, and we're going to slice it. And this gives lovely sweetness to the spring roll. Now for the cabbage. So this is going to give lovely texture, and I love putting cabbage into the spring roll. So I'm using Savoy and some Chinese cabbage. So with the Savoy cabbage, we just remove the core. I'm going to roll this up nice and tight, and we call this kind of chiffonade, nice little strips of the cabbage. So that's the cabbage done, the onion done. Now for some spring onion, so that'll give lovely freshness to the filling. Now, so that's all the chopping done. Now we're going to start to fry it off in the pan. So a nice high heat. And have a good drizzle of oil, so that's really important. So I'm just using some rapeseed oil here. In goes all my veg. So the onion, the cabbage and the spring onion goes in there. Now my curry powder, this is some mild curry powder I'm using. Just a teaspoon, give a lovely flavour to the prawns. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water, keeps it nice and moist. And a good pinch of salt. Now I'm going to add in my secret ingredient is some sweet chilli sauce. So a couple of spoonfuls. And just stir that through. So I'm going to let this cool for about 40 minutes until it's completely cold. Scraping it all out. And that's it ready. So while the cabbage is cooling, now I'm going to make the mango salsa. So it's a great little salsa because it works so well, even with grilled chicken, with prawns. It's beautiful, very versatile. So the skin's removed. So just hold it either side and just slice it, and then into long little kind of strips. And then we're going to cube it. So I've just diced one grilled pepper, remove the seeds, remove any of the skin. It's roasted, so it's lovely, it's sweet. And again, this works really well, so that's just going to slide in there. Into this, the juice and zest of one lime. So this is going to give lovely freshness. Now for my fresh herbs. So first of all, coriander and some beautiful fresh mint. Try and chop the herbs nice and fine. Little touch of sweet chili sauce, roughly about a spoonful. Just a pinch of salt, that's all you need. And then a good drizzle of oil. And then just mix it all together. So that's it, well mixed through. You combine everything and that's it ready. So now these are the spring roll wrappers. So just going to open them up here. And if you open them up, make sure you keep them covered in a tea towel. You can see just how thin they are. You can do this with phyllo, but I think the spring roll wrappers are actually better, to be honest with you. And then we're going to egg wash. So just using a pastry brush, I have one of my eggs, which I've just literally beaten with a little bit of milk. Brush this just all around the edge. It's going to help seal the spring rolls. This is the fun part, wrapping these. You can get the kids involved. And then my cabbage. This is the cold cabbage mixture. It won't work if it's hot because it'll just burst the spring roll wrappers. You can see the lovely soft cabbage, that lovely sweet red onion, and 3 of these beautiful prawns. Take either corner and just bring it right over, and the closest one to you, and kind of roll it in like that. So that's the spring rolls ready. 2 ways of cooking them. First one in the oven at 180 on parchment paper until they're beautiful and golden brown. That'll take about 12 minutes. The fastest way and the easiest way, I think, is to deep fry them. So I have the oil preheated at 190, and that'll take about 2 or 3 minutes. The great thing about deep frying is that they give them a lovely even colour all around the spring rolls. So we're going to slice them. So using a serrated edge knife, you just literally take the top end off. Look at that beautiful Dublin Bay prawn, lovely and juicy. So that's that one done. And next one. So it's ready to be served up. So I'm going to put the large one in the middle of the plate, and then the small ones. And then that lovely salsa. If you can make this a day or two ahead, the flavour. So just a couple of wee pieces of this micro coriander and a couple of wee edible flowers. So that's it there, ready to be served and enjoyed. That's my Dublin Bay prawn spring roll with the mango salsa. Mike Tweedy is the head chef of the Oak Room at Adare Manor, and the restaurant has won a coveted Michelin star. Mike is a storyteller with his food. The restaurant is open over the Christmas holidays, and I'm interested to know not only what he has on the menu for hotel guests this year, but also to see what he cooks for his family over Christmas, and maybe to get a taste of some of his creations. Mike, what kind of food do you serve here in the Oak Room over the Christmas period?
I suppose for us, seasonality. There's no turkey and ham, but like I said, we use a lot of, I suppose, venison, preserved fruits that we would have got locally in the summer, and anything like artichokes, quince, lots of citrus we'd use. My food would be, I suppose, very simple. It's about the protein, and then it's about the garnish and how we can enhance each. And like you said, we like being able to have a couple of different sharing bowls. So if you have a main course of venison, we may have all the trimming and all the make a choux farce out of it, which is a very classical way of cooking.
Now I have to ask you, a Michelin star chef, what do you do and eat at Christmas?
Christmas, I'm a real fan of pigs in blankets. That's my go-to.
I love it.
That's my go-to. I'd rather have pigs and blankets than anything else. So for me, it's more about the veg, cauliflower cheese, roast potatoes. And my mum is fantastic at cooking it. So whenever I'm back in the UK, I'm always looking forward to Christmas dinner.
Mike, the dish you're going to cook for me, what makes it so special?
It's special because this time of year, we're talking about Christmas, we're talking about artichokes, we're talking about quince, and all them berries that you would associate with Christmas as well. And it's just a really warm, comforting dish for me. That's why I want to serve it to you today.
Rick, look how tender that venison is, beautifully cooked.
Some of the best we've had in years.
Mike, this is so delicious. Great balance of flavours and textures, beautiful. I've just taken some time out and I've been thinking about Mike's beautiful dish. The meat was gorgeous, but it was the attention to detail for the sides. And I was thinking, could we do that for the Christmas dinner to enhance the turkey and ham with those beautiful side dishes? The first of my perfect sides, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious creamy mashed potato. First thing I've done with my peeled potatoes, put them into the steamer, steam them for about 20 minutes until they're just cooked. So we're going to put them through our potato ricer. What makes them really special is that they're lump-free, they're creamy, they're soft, and they're so full of flavour. Now, so I'm adding in my cream and then my milk. I'm using full-fat milk in this. So the butter is important, just regular salted butter and a good pinch of salt. Now, so that's it ready. Then it goes into your mash. So that's it, give it a really good mix. It's lovely, creamy, soft, no lumps. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Look at that. So that's the mash ready. Just before I serve it up, I'm going to chop some chives. Place that at the table and let everyone help themselves. So that's the first of my 3 sides done. The next one I'm going to show you is the honey glazed carrots. First thing you need to do is put some salt into my boiling water. So a good pinch of salt. I really enjoy cooking carrots, and I'm using some beautiful rainbow Irish grown baby carrots. Just trim the top of them, that's all. I'm going to cook them for about 5-6 minutes. So good hot pan. In goes some butter. And then some honey, but maple syrup you could use too, but some beautiful Irish honey. So drizzle that all over. Now what makes them extra special is star anise. I love this spice, beautiful so it is. So putting a couple of them in there, it's a lovely aniseed licorice flavour. It works so well with the carrots. And then just lift out your carrots. You can hear that sizzle, that's exactly what I want. So the key is just to do it for a few minutes, don't overdo it, because what will happen, the butter will burn and caramelise. So that's them ready. I'm going to finish it with some chopped parsley. You could use some coriander, and also you could use some fresh ginger if you didn't like star anise. So now we're ready to serve up. And literally just slide in the carrots. Oh, that lovely butter, honey, star anise. They're such a pretty spice. And that's it.
This Christmas, choose food with the bordbia quality mark for the highest standards, verified at every stage. This Christmas, choose food with the bordbia quality mark for the highest standards, verified at every stage.
So that's the second of our side dishes done. Now I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious Brussels sprout crumble. First thing we need to do is to prepare the Brussels sprouts. So we cut them in half, and then we're just going to literally take off any of the leaves on the outside. And then we'll blanch them off in some boiling salted water for about 4 minutes. That just starts the cooking process. I'm going to preheat my pan. So this is for the sauce for the sprouts. So lots of lovely oil first of all. So just while that's heating up, we're going to prepare the red onions. I love red onions in this because they're nice and sweet. So cut them in half and then just slice them. Now we're going to fry them off in the oil, so bring them over. Nice hot pan, you can hear that sizzle. And then some beautiful bacon. So I'm using the smoky bacon here. That's the bacon and onion ready. Now I'm going to add in some cream and milk for our sauce. So completely cover the bacon and the onion. Now a good pinch of salt. And then beautiful spices, some nutmeg, some grated nutmeg. So I'm going to put in a good pinch of that. So what I've done, I've mixed up a little bit of corn flour and water, and this is going to help thicken the sauce. So just stir that right through. You can see it thickening up. So a little bit of black pepper. And then our sprouts. We've blanched off the sprouts, we've refreshed them so that keeps their colour and all the goodness in there. So I'm just coating the Brussels sprouts in that cream sauce, and you can see it's not too runny, it's not too thick or gloopy, which is what I want. So get my dish, just bring over the saucepan, and I'm really going to pour this in. It's going to give so much flavour. Spread that over. So now for the breadcrumbs. So this is where you get the crumble. So I have some nice breadcrumbs here. And then for a little bit of texture, some chopped walnuts. But you could use some pine nuts or hazelnuts. They work really well in this. So that's it, ready to go into the oven. I have the oven preheated at 180, and that's going to go in for 25 to 30 minutes. We all need a foolproof turkey recipe, and this is a recipe that I cook every Christmas, and it's never let me down. In a bowl, cream the butter until soft. Next, add in the garlic, lemon rind, orange rind, and chopped parsley, and mix together. Then add your roughly chopped carrots, parsnips, and red onion to the base of a roasting tray. Now the most important part. Have your quality assured Irish turkey at room temperature, and then place it on top of your vegetables. and wash your hands. Pour about 200 ml of cold water onto the base of the tray. Rub the citrus butter generously over the skin of the turkey. Overlap your strips of streaky bacon over the butter. Don't forget to season with salt and pepper. Cover the tray tightly with a double layer of tin foil. So that's a turkey ready. I have the oven preheated at 190 and it's going to go into the oven for 20 minutes per pound plus 20 minutes. The key is to keep basting it so you're going to get a lovely, succulent, juicy turkey. Now you can't have turkey without glazed ham, and I'm going to show you the most delicious recipe that brings back some great memories for me at home at Christmas. To start the glaze, place the whiskey, maple syrup, red currant jelly, balsamic vinegar, ground allspice and whole cloves in a saucepan. Bring it to the boil and simmer for about 10 minutes until slightly thickened. Pass the glaze through a sieve to remove the whole cloves. Now I've pre-cooked my Irish ham in some vegetables, some water and some herbs. Very, very simple. Let it cool down completely and then score it with a sharp knife and it's ready to be glazed with that beautiful ham glaze. Drizzle a layer of the glaze all over the ham and finish with a pastry brush. Now, so that's the first glaze on the ham. So it goes into preheated oven at 160 for 45 minutes. And the secret is every 10 minutes, get your pastry brush, keep brushing that lovely glaze on. You're going to get the most sweet, succulent, gorgeous glazed ham. And there you have 3 of my perfect side dishes to really enhance the Christmas dinner and make it extra special. The honey glazed carrots with star anise, the Brussels sprout crumble with bacon, and that creamy buttery mashed potato. And of course that gorgeous succulent turkey and ham. Adare in County Limerick has been designated as a heritage town. The thatched cottages were built in the 1820s and many of them are now restaurants, fashion boutiques and art and craft shops. But I'm here in search of something sweet and Christmassy, and I have on good authority that Adare won't let me down. I'll have one of those, definitely one of them, and I'd love to try that. Thank you so much. That is beautiful. So have we got a sweet tooth in Ireland, do we?
Yeah, for sure. I do anyway.
And so do I.
Yeah.
And at Christmas, we love desserts.
Absolutely. In our house, it was always, there wasn't 2 desserts, there was 10 desserts on the table, just for Christmas now.
What's most popular in your menu at Christmas?
I would say every Christmas our most popular is the cinnamon roll, which you've tasted. And it is all year round really popular, but at Christmas people order it, take it home, and it's definitely a winner for us.
And one thing you're very particular about here, you bake everything. You look at the selection we have here.
Yeah, we do. That's the thing we've done from the very start, and I'm very particular about that.
Claire, I'd say you're very lucky to have such a good pastry chef who can recreate, you know, your dessert memories.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me to be able to ask so much of a person and him to be able to get into my head and put it all together, he's extremely meticulous.
And so talented. Look at this display.
Absolutely, yeah.
Beautiful. Now that's given me some inspiration to create a delicious dessert. This dessert is really light and so delicious, and if you're going to make it for Christmas Day, definitely make a little bit extra for Stephen's Day so you can treat yourself. So first thing we're going to do is crack in our eggs for the sponge. So I'm using 4 eggs, really, really simple recipe. So that's the eggs in there. Sugar, caster sugar. Just using the little hand mixer, we're going to beat this for about 2 minutes until it's light and fluffy. Now, so after a couple of minutes, that's what you have. Should roughly hold the figure of 8. So into the eggs and sugar, we're going to sieve in some self-raising flour and some cocoa powder. So I'm using some really good quality unsweetened cocoa powder. And just literally tap it in. Now that's exactly what I'm looking for. See the way it's just falling off that. Perfect. So I have my tray lined with parchment paper. The oven is preheated at 180. And just using the spatula, you just literally fold that. So that's it ready. It's going to go into the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. But I have one baked already, and it's really important to let it go cold. take it out of the tin, put it on a cooling rack, and then we're just going to literally peel that off. So this is what you're looking for. Nice little bit of spring, lovely colour obviously from the cocoa powder. It's simple, we just cut it into 3. Now, it's like a building job this. So, this is a 2-pound loaf tin lined with some cling film, which is going to make it easy to unmould when we put the meringue on. Peel it off there, and you can just see it. Lovely and moist. So just at the bottom of the tin, you place that in and press that right down into the corners. Some nice, good quality vanilla ice cream. So just with the back of the spoon, kind of spread that out right to the edges. So the next layer is the sponge again. So this goes on, and kind of press that down a little bit. And then more ice cream. And then what I like to do is cover it in cling film. And then trust me, the secret into making this is to place it into your freezer overnight until it's hard. So now for my Italian meringue. So egg white separated. I have sugar and water, just cooked for about 8 to 10 minutes until it goes to about 120 degrees. So it's a nice kind of like light caramel. So I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla extract, about a capful full into this. And then we're going to whisk this and then slowly add in the sugar. Now, that's it ready. Look at it, it's lovely and shiny, lovely and light and fluffy, and that's the secret. Add in the sugar syrup slowly. So now for my baked Alaska, which I placed in the freezer overnight. Just lift it out. And this is where you can see all the layers. So using your spatula, just kind of run it all around the sides, or you can pipe it. I find it easier to do it like this. So you got to make sure that the whole baked Alaska is covered with the meringue. So don't be shy, plenty of it. So that's the meringue ready. Now it's time to blowtorch it. So just using a small little blowtorch and just go all over it. Just look at the way the meringue is changing with the blowtorch. So it's kind of caramelizing it, cooking it also, and giving it lots of flavour. To serve this up, I like to cut into nice big thick slices. Serve it with some lightly whipped cream, some fresh raspberries and warm chocolate sauce. Trust me, you're going to love this lovely light dessert. And continuing with the magic here in Adare, I've got something very special for you. I'm delighted to introduce the Shannon Gospel Choir, who are going to sing a very special Christmas song.
From everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how the pound, raising the sound, toil and tale, telling the tale. Hail in the rain, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding dong, ding is the song. Ding dong, ding dong, ding is the song. Ding on this and dawn without end. Ding joyful tone, show every home. Ding out the bells, sweet silver bells, flow sing to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, big and the poor. Ding dong, ding dong.
I really hope you enjoyed that and that it adds a touch of Christmas magic to your Christmas season. Don't forget to tune in to my second Christmas special on Adare.
Hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, toil and tale, telling the tale. Gayly they rain while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding dong, ding is the song. Ding dong, ding dong, ding is the song. Ding on they send, dawn without end. Ding joyful tone, to every home. Ding how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away.
This Christmas, choose food with the bordbia quality mark for the highest standards, verified at every stage.